Our afternoon visit to the polling stations was as great as the morning one. Compared to the morning session, in the afternoon, the number of voters thinned out because most voted in the morning. However, few people were still coming to vote. And we asked voters and observers in the various polling stations to take a listen to what they say. All right, welcome and thank you for joining us. So I'm from TMH. So first tell me your name and where you live.
My name is Andrea Genovese Milton Demanias. I live at this point here in Nogales, but I used to live in California.
For how long have you lived in California?
I lived there for quite a few years. I believe I've been there for about 17 years.
Quite a long time.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so here we're going to ask you about Tigray elections. My first question is, have you voted?
Yes, I did.
I mean, what does this voting mean to you personally?
The voting gives power to the people. First and most, when you give elections, you let the people know that they're the power. When you don't give elections, you become not only a fascist or a communist, you become a dictatorship. So this election has given us the freedom to become the people that we are. The people that have created freedom, not only for Tigray, not only for Ethiopia, but they have created it for the whole world. We have shown the world that democracy does exist here. So it means a lot to me.
All right, so recently we have heard that from the federal government, there was some disputes brewing between the federal government and the Tigray regional government regarding the elections, whether to hold it or not. However, Tigray has chosen its path to go to the polls, and it's doing it today. And my question is that the government said this will not be considered as a legal election. What's your view on that?
Most absolutely. I mean, first and most, what I'm wearing it by my own choice. No one asked me to wear this. Democracy was created here by this people, by our people. And the federal government was created by who? It was created by TPLF. So therefore, nobody can dictate an idea on who should vote, on should vote. The people count. Now, I really don't know what the federal government is saying because I don't really pay attention to it and I really don't listen to the news. But I can tell you 100% here in Tigray, there is 100% democracy. People are free. When a government says vote and gives you that power, you become a human being as an individual person. What makes you a person is when a government is created by the people. And such people that are created for the people gives democracy for all the people. In Tigray, there is democracy, there's freedom, there's happiness. People are joyful. And when you don't have elections, people can feel miserable. We have the right to choose who's going to be the leader, not only in the state, but even in individual Kaveli, and even in Mizagajavi. So therefore, what's happening right now is the greatest gift that Wayane has given to the people.
Okay, good. Moving on, some people say that the Tigray regional government is increasingly acting independent as an independent state, and while others are accusing the government, saying that Tigray has already become a de facto state, and now the election is underway. So what could happen tomorrow? I mean, is it the way to? Does this pave the way for secession, or what do you think?
Well, let's be honest and let's be real. Tigray is Ethiopia. The people of Tigray, they're part of Ethiopia. This is the nation of Ethiopia. Everybody's a unity. For the first time in history, the people of Tigray have brought democracy and freedom for all Ethiopians. We know for a fact what Derg has done. Mengistu Haile Mariam, he has killed and massacred and brought misery, hatred, the economy collapsing. So if we're going to be real, nobody here is defective. I truly believe there might be some issues either in the federal government or some politicians, because I don't believe that the people of Tigray are defecting from Ethiopia, because we all believe that we Ethiopians. Most absolutely. Every Tigray is proud to be Ethiopian. But when you have sacrifice and brought such a freedom and people are stepping on you, you have no choice but to stand for yourself at the end. Such as two brothers can fight. But I don't believe there's defectives here.
Okay, so I mean, recently we have seen that because of some politicians, the people of Tigray has felt that we're pushed to the corner. So, do you feel that too?
Well, I don't feel that we have been pushed in the corner. I will not use that term, but I feel like that some power is trying to be taken over, and such power should not be taken over. The greatest power that you can have is to let the people be free. Give democracy and freedom to everyone. Dictatorship is nothing but hatred. War is nothing but destruction. Nobody here wants war. And in fact, we know for a fact that farmers, teachers, the poorest of poor have fought and brought freedom in Ethiopia and have given this democracy that we have today. So, nobody can push either Tigray, Amhara, Oromo, anybody in the corner. It's just an idea. There's just this big bubble where such people come up with this idea. The people of Tigray and the government here is for the people. They're created by the people, and everything here is for the people. As we've seen it today, there's voting and there's democracy.
Okay, good. So, what kind of Ethiopia do you envision for yourself and for the people of Tigray? I mean, yes, we are all Ethiopians. We're holding an election, but even if some are saying, yeah, this is the way for to be independent, some do believe, some don't. However, I mean, do you think what can this nation bring together so that we can live all together?
Most absolutely. Most absolutely. Thank you for that question. First and most, let's realize that such called TPLF, they have fought, they have suffered, and they have died, hungered. They have suffered above and beyond. And when they came in, they had not even clothes on them. They have no wealth. And they have made Ethiopia what it is today. So it's unity. Everybody is equal. Every human being in Ethiopia is one, regardless who it is. Because when you have such power that has came in and gave freedom and peace, there's nothing greater gift than that. As we know, we can take an example as the Germans or the Nazis. When they took power, they massacred. Or we can see about Dirk. When Dirk had power, they killed people. They didn't give democracy to no one. And that's a fact. Not because I'm saying it, it's just the way it is. TPLF has brought peace and love and prosperity for all people. All people. Amhara, Oromo, Tigray, everybody. So my vision is for all of us to live in peace and unity. And first and most, people in the whole world know what this nation has done. And above all, when you come to be such a fighter and you get the power, it's very easy to become a dictator. As we know, like Isaias Afwerki, he's a dictator. He kills his own people. He destroys his own people. He doesn't believe in the people. So when you have such government and this government, now we can see the difference. It's a fact that this government is for the people, by the people, and it's created by God.
All right. So if you can put a quick question, if you can put this election in one word, what would that word be?
The people.
Wonderful. So finally, my final question to you is, so we have the new year is coming in, we're going to ring it in, and the old is going out. So what is your new year wishes to the Ethiopian diaspora and to Garo?
I wish us peace, prosperity, happiness, and unity. I wish that we all Ethiopians we should come together as one people and have a peaceful nation, because Ethiopia was created by God for the people. Everybody in Ethiopia is generous and kind. And I don't see such hatred that people speak of, because I don't believe there's such a people that have such a hate. So in this new year, I hope we all can come together, unite, and become one people that we are. And above all, what was created here is for everyone. What was created there is for everyone. So as long as we believe that we are one people, and we believe in this, we can say our homeland, our country, let's get together, let's be peaceful, and join together. And most and above, I appreciate Dr. Debrecen. I believe in him, I believe in his words, I believe in his heart, and I truly believe he's for the people, by the people, and he's for the people. That's what I believe.
Okay, thank you for your time.
You're most welcome.
Okay, welcome. And what's your name?
Abraham Haile Selassie.
Okay, where do you live?
Here, 16 Abraham.
Okay, Abraham. Good to have you here, and we want to ask you about Tigray election 2020. So, how was the election today?
As you can see, it's very peaceful. All citizens are coming, just accommodating with their way, with their life, and coming and electing in a very suitable way.
Okay, so far, how many people came here to vote?
I will just give you by guessing and a number, almost 1,100 until now. We just give the chance for them to elect.
So still people are coming?
Still they are coming. In the morning there were a lot of people coming. It was like gushing, but now they are coming one by one. We are just taking rest in moments, and still they are coming.
Okay. So I see a lot of young men here, and they are wearing this vest, a green vest. So what are they doing here?
Most of them, I know them in their face. I might not recall their names, but most of them, they are from around here. We grow up together almost. So they are supporting the process by supporting in the security thing. If a person that they don't know, they will talk to him, they will ask him, and they will even guide him if he or she is new to this place. So they are giving their input in securing and making it safe, the election program.
Okay, good. Now the federal government is saying that Tigray's election will be null and void. I mean, it will not be considered as legal election. So, how do you feel about this?
I will just forward my opinion because I'm not in the political position. I cannot say anything, even I don't have much know-how on political science. But in my opinion, as an individual, as citizen, the election could not be voided because we are putting a lot of effort, we are taking a lot of time, not only mine, but also the whole citizen. So if they are taking their time to elect, to vote, if they get the chance, you cannot just void it because it's not an effort of one person, it's an effort of a lot of people. So the government should consider their effort, they are giving their time. There is very much golden thing in this world more than time. So they are very eager to vote who they should elect, who they should choose to govern them. So this should be considered as individual, as a single person.
Okay, Abraham. So currently, Ethiopia New Year is coming. getting in a few days from now, a couple of days. And so, do you have any? I mean, I would like to get your Happy New Year wishes to the Tagaro in the diaspora. I mean, to the Ethiopians and then the Tagaros as well.
In this new year, I'm very delightful having a very big ambition. So I wanna just forward my wish to all Ethiopians, whether they are living here or abroad, to have a very blessed, peaceful new year. And I hope we're going to have a very just joyful year in the next year without Corona and with the new government.
Okay, thank you everyone for your time in the kingdom.
Thank you so much.
Okay, welcome, and tell me what's your name and what you do.
Okay, my name is Asafan. I'm living here in Makala and I'm working in Admas University.
Okay, Josepha. Now we have met you here in Kabale 16 polling station. Have you already voted?
Yeah, I have been important optimist. I'm coming here just to make a vote. Before I'm not with it, just to come back.
Okay, I mean, why is it? How does it make you feel to vote? How is it important to you to vote today?
Voting is like justice for my life, actually. Because to vote means to select my right leader. Therefore, I'm coming just to select the right leader. Therefore, I'm interested. I'm happy to do that. Therefore, election, making voting for any people, that's important.
Okay. Now, Tigray region is holding, an election today. However, the federal government is saying a number of occasions that this election is illegal. It will not be considered as legal election. How do you see that?
Well, not making a vote is actually legal. Not making a vote for me, actually. It's not for me, for different people, at least to make an election is a legal activity, not an illegal. Therefore, I'm not interested in that idea. Normally, voting is important. Therefore, I support to vote. Therefore, voting is legal, not an illegal activity.
Okay, good. So my next question is, if still the government and the federal government, insists that this still is illegal, what would happen next?
Very difficult to predict actually what going to be happening. But actually I'm ready just for anything that may happen. To defend for whatever the government actually tries to do. Therefore, maybe it's just normally the election is already over. Normally there is no any other thing that will happen. I mean, don't expect that. But I'm ready just for any insist that will happen.
Okay, now, is this election about TPLF or is it about the Tigray people? I mean, some people say this is about TPLF or something, it's about, Tigray people. How do you see that? What's your idea on that?
Yeah, this election is Tigray people, not an election for TPLF because there are a lot of other contractors with TPLF as well. Normally 4 or 5 voters. Normally, I can say that this is the TPLF election, but there is Tigray's election or vote.
So now we are going to ring the old year out, and we're going to ring in the new year. So I would like to give you a chance to, to wish your happy new year, to send your happy new year wishes to the Ethiopian diaspora and the Tagaros in the diaspora. So.
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, I would like to appreciate for giving such kind of just interview. Therefore, I would like to say that happy new year for all the Ethiopian diaspora as well as living abroad. As well as I would also try to say that happy new year for all Ethiopian people.
Thank you for your time and your people.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you and welcome. So, TMH, tell me your name and where you live.
My name is Douglas Merrick. I live here in Ma'ala.
Okay, for how long have you been living here?
About 15 years.
It's quite a long time.
Yeah, quite a long time, but we met about 17 years ago.
Okay, great. So I'm here today to ask you about Tigray elections that has already happened today. So what's your view on Tigray? It's the regional election, of course. At national level it was supposed to be held every 5 years. So what's your view on Tigray election?
Well, it's a regional election, so I think that the regional elections need to be respected by the central government. I think that it's been peaceful. There's a lot of excitement surrounding the election. A lot of people have been preparing for it. Everybody's encouraging one another to vote. I think it's been a good thing.
Okay. Yeah, recently we've heard that the central government is saying that this regional election will be treated as illegal. However, despite the fact that Tigray region has decided to go to the polls, how do you reconcile those two facts?
Well, I can understand how the central government might view it as rogue. However, Ethiopia is a democracy, and each region needs to be respected as looking at the democracy and looking at their elections as attempting to just live in accord with the constitution of the country.
Okay, great. I'm sure you're not voting, but has anyone from your family voted today?
Yeah, actually, my wife is Tigrawaiti, and we went to 05 Kebele. Her and her family, they all went to vote at the voting booth. So, yeah, that happened.
Yeah, did you go with them, or you were staying home?
No, my job was watching the kids.
Okay, so particularly when your wife went there, how did she find it? Was it peaceful? How did she vote? What did she talk to you about?
Yeah, everything was very orderly. Everything was done very expediently. She went through. Everybody was very helpful. So it was a good thing, good experience for her.
Okay. Elections are not as strong as the United States or somewhere else. We're just practicing that here. But sometimes people say that Tigray election has many implications. One of it is that Tigray is becoming a de facto state. Tigray is, some sources are saying that Tigray is increasingly acting as an independent state. Which one is right? And what's your opinion about that?
Well, the majority of people that I've spoken to have said that basically they view themselves as Ethiopian. Tagaru people are Ethiopian people. Ethiopian people include Tagaru people. And I don't think the majority of people really want to become a de facto state. I think that everybody still wants to continue to be Ethiopian, but I think regionally they just want to be able to make their own decisions.
Demanding to, at regional level, demanding to do your things your own way, to choose your leaders, has got nothing to do with being de facto state, as you've clearly stated it. So what should we say to those people? They're insisting somehow they shouldn't do the elections. Can somebody stop this one?
No, I don't think so. I think, the Tigray region has too much integration with other regions of Ethiopia. There are children who are second and third generation children who have come from parents who are a mixed, who are blended Tigray and Amhara, or Tigray and Oromo, or so on and so forth. So I think that they're too integrated with Ethiopia just to be thinking about it as a de facto state just because the election went on against the wishes of the central government.
Okay, my question is, let's move to another topic actually. So after the reform has been introduced to Ethiopia, EPRDF was dissolved and a new reformist party has emerged out of EPRDF. So some people say, the reform is great and there is a widening of the democratic space, but on the other hand, the central government is clearly opposing the Tigray election. What do you think?
Well, basically, in my opinion, I think that because of the emergency powers that are kind of extended to the central government, because of the coronavirus concern. I think that's been the main reason that they've wanted to make the election illegal. However, again, in my opinion, I don't believe that the central government should view it as illegal. I think that they can make suggestions to each region, but that they cannot dictate to each region. Ethiopia being a democracy, I don't think that they can dictate to each region what they should and should not do. I think it boils down to them making suggestions and trying to serve each region.
So my question is, so when the election was being held today, during the election times, were you afraid, in terms of security? What were you thinking? I mean, were you afraid of the security, that something could happen? And now finally, we're at the end of the day, the election is already conducted. And what were you thinking before the election?
No, I wasn't afraid of anything. I've lived here for a long time. And I've also traveled to the capital, and I've heard rumors from acquaintances and friends there in the capital about the security concerns of Tigray, the security concerns of Maqala. People have asked me to take care. But to tell you the truth, and really just to answer them, I've never been afraid at all ever here in Maqala, walking around the streets. It's a very peaceful region. The people are very peaceful people, so there's no need to fear going to the election booths. There's no need for anybody to be afraid. Everybody's been just accommodating to one another here. There's no fear. There's no security concerns.
Okay, if you have to give a tip or an advice to someone who lives out of Tigray, what would your best advice be?
Get to know Tigray. Don't just make assumptions based upon propaganda or based upon opinions and rumors that originate outside of Tigray. Come to Tigray, see for yourself. In fact, we had some friends that lived in the Oroma region, and they wanted to come see Maqala for themselves. They wanted to see Tigray. They had all of these preconceptions about Tigray, about Maqala. When they came here and saw it, their entire perspective about Tigray and Maqala was changed when they had come here. Before they had come here, they had one view. After they came here and saw it for themselves, they had a very positive view about Tigray. It changed completely. So that would be my advice. Come see for yourself.
Okay, thank you. And finally, my question is, the Ethiopian New Year is ringing in a few days. We are away from the Ethiopian New Year. And so what's your Happy New Year wishes to the Ethiopian people and to Tagaro in the diaspora and in the country?
Yeah, እንኳን ደስ በለኩም ርኩስ በዓል አዲስ ዓመት ንኩልና.
Okay, can you say that in English?
Yeah, Happy New Year, and everybody enjoy your holiday season, your New Year season.
Thank you for your time and for your opinion.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Tigray has conducted its regional election peacefully, and holding election is better than not holding, the motto we have heard from the voters when we were visiting the polling stations. The patience, the resilience of the people is unexplainable. Despite all the odds, Tigray voted. TMH Maqala La'alam.